Welcome in, y'all. I want to welcome you in on today. And first of all, I want to introduce myself. My name is Deborah, and I come in and give videos. I give awareness videos as Spirit lead me to give, and just held talks and talk about different things among the world that goes on. Well, on today, I do want to do this video on the young girl Cheslie Kryst. I hope I'm saying her name right. That was 30 years old, and she was a Miss America. She became Miss America from what was it, Miss America, and from representing Miss Carolina, I think, in 2019. So I was meditating on this, and she's so young, and I just thought I'd meditate and find out what really caused such a young person at this age. She seems so successful and, bright, to cause her to go into a state of depression to where she actually go into a suicidal. That's what they're claiming, how she died. They saying that she suicide. So I went into meditation with this and try to get a full understanding and let spirit guide me on to what really went down with her and how it occurred with her. And I want to say something, and I think I'm gonna say it and pinpoint this. I want people to know, like, when you in a state of depression or when you're going through things, sometimes it's not good to keep it within yourself. You have to let it out, especially young people, because young people have a tendency of going through things and don't want to talk about it. And I know I was, looking at, well, I was doing some research about depression, and I know depression can get started in your 30s because start through that menopause. They call it the menopause, and I know 30 years old is when you go through them phases and start them phases of the woman menopause. And that's why when you reach the age 30, you have to be very careful when going through starting the menopause stage, because that's when you will start finding yourself like going through a lot of things through your mind. Subconscious mind start reacting on you. So I just want to bring awareness to that when you start noticing that, it's nothing wrong with going talking to someone or opening up and talking to someone. Because I tell my daughter that, because my daughter, she's in that age frame now where she'll come in and out, and I know because she's just going through that subconscious mind energy, because this is what you go through when you reach the age 30. It's something normal. But I try to talk to her because I don't want her to close and shut in. And depression is a big sting. It's nothing to play with. So yeah, I'm gonna get into my video. I thought I'd bring that awareness to the young girls that's 30 years old who may listen to this. Please, when you see that you going into that state, go get help, because menopause is not no joke. Women go through menopause in all different ways. And this is what I really feel that Cheslie was going through in this early stage. And anyway, what I want to say, get into it. Um, I feel in a sense when I was meditating on her, she was dealing with a lot of pressure when it came to her. By her being so young, she was yearning for a lot of love. She wanted love. She wanted attention. And maybe they wasn't giving her enough attention. and mentally it was playing with her mind, that subconscious mind. It kept being, coming and going, coming and going. And she, maybe she felt in a way, people just wasn't paying her no attention. And I'm feeling in a sense, you know, they weren't paying her no attention, and probably they weren't giving her the attention she wanted. And in a way, she was at a point where she was just emotionally getting overwhelmed with that. You know, people. Let me say something that I was showed through this too. People look at your age. People don't pay attention to your age. People look at your age, and because you young, they put so much on you, and by her being a Miss America US top, you know person, like her beauty, her looks, all that, maybe her family was pushing and pulling on her at an extent that she just didn't want to be that person they wanted her to be. Don't get me wrong, she probably wanted to be a star, or she probably wanted to be, a person that love, a person that, help, person that want to do all that. But sometimes you just have people around you that they push and pull on you too much, and trying to lead you and not letting you do what it is you want to do. They want to take that control and not let you do what you want to do in life. They want to try to make you feel like, it's what you desire for me, in a sense. And I feel, in a sense, Spirit was showing me that this is much more what she was going through when it came to her what started all her depression, what started her emotions and making her feel that unbalance. She couldn't find balance within herself. She couldn't be happy within herself. People was always just wanting her to do things they wanted her to do. They didn't ever want her to be the child, the girl that she wanted to be. And she couldn't find a way to ground herself from that, so this made it kind of hard for her. So she had no direction. She was full of, her direction was just out of control. So she really didn't know what role to take, because she really didn't want to be that type of girl. So I'm thinking, in a sense, what Spirit was showing me, people got to stop looking at, you know especially when you're looking at young people. You have to stop wanting and pushing them to do what you want them to do. Sometimes it takes people to understand that, um, you know, maybe talking to them and really making sure they happy and content in what they're doing, so they can be happy, so they can live happy. Then this is what was draining her. This is what was taking her down, because she felt, in a sense, she was under this fear. So by her being under this fear, she felt a sense she just couldn't trust people no more, because people didn't she couldn't take in that control to where she could do things the way she wanted to do things. And she felt that that was part of her happiness. So she couldn't have that happiness no more. So she felt, in a sense, that she was just giving up, that she just didn't want to keep living in this form, because she was like, if I can't find balance within myself, and if I can't be happy and do the things I want to do, what I'm living for, in that sense. Spirit showed me this. Um, so it made her scared, in a sense. It feared her. So emotionally, she couldn't gain that conscious back, to where in her mind, by her going through the depression, she couldn't gain that mindset back to say, okay, I'm gonna get it together. I'm gonna find that balance within myself and get it back on track, so I can be happy, so I can live my life happy. That's all because people wanted her to live for their desires, you know. people didn't have compassion for her. In other words, I talk about that compassion. I told y'all compassion is a mind thing. It's a mind state. And I told y'all that is one key in life that was given to me that we must have compassion. Because if we don't have compassion, compassion can really mess us up in life because it makes, without compassion, you can end up really making someone, especially if you have control over someone else, or you feel in a sense you're controlling somebody else, you're not caring about them, not through love. And this is one thing that I felt Spirit was showing me with her. She just didn't have the love and attention that she was looking for within the people that were surrounding her. And she just didn't trust no one anymore. She gave up because her trust and the fear that she was under, it was just too much. And she felt, in a sense, if I go to this person, if I go to that person, then I'm gonna give up. I mean, they're not gonna, or they may do this or they may do that. And I felt it was just too much pushing and pulling on her. And at that age, when you really think about it, it can happen real bad. And that's probably what went down with her. She just went down. She was drained. Mentally she was drained because of her wanting to be a child, because we still have to look at it. She's still, in a sense, although she's 30, she's still a child under, she haven't grown into this maturity of what I'm saying, this adult state. She still have the childish mindset of, want to sometime be that little girl. Or sometimes people don't understand that. People just, for the life of me, don't want to understand that. Some people feel that when girls get to the age of 18, they want to throw them out there because they like, you're grown. Not really. Their mindset is still wanting to be under, they still want to feel that love. They still want to feel that attention of that when they once was a child. They still want that. And we have to, sometimes people have to understand that. So yeah, Spirit brought that to me. And I felt, in a sense, I want to find out what really led to this girl 30 years old under this depression state, because she was a very talented girl. And what really made her, want to commit suicide, when you live in a happy life. And according to Spirit, she wasn't loved. She just wasn't loved. She wasn't getting the love that she wanted, in the direction that she wanted that love. And if they had gave her the love and paid more attention to Chelsea, maybe Chelsea would have went a different route. And she wasn't opening herself up. She wasn't opening up to really trust no one, to go to no one and tell nobody, or confide in nobody to really talk to them when it came to her emotions. So all her emotions just started building up, and she really couldn't, get a sense to um she really couldn't bring ground herself to the point to where she could feel like people take her serious. They weren't taking her serious. So that's where all this was coming from. All this was coming from that sense of her happiness. And this is why she ended up committing that suicide. That's what Spirit showed me. Spirit showed me it had to do with her not being loved. And people just not taking her serious as she appeared to be the child that she was. She was a 30-year-old girl, and they wanted so much from her. Spirit showed me that they wanted so much from her, you know, and they pushing and pulling on her, like doing so much, when it came to her mentally, her mindset. And mentally she couldn't deal with it no more. She couldn't deal with it no more. So my message today of awareness on this is parents. You don't even got to be a parent. Sisters, cousins, brothers, whoever in family, anybody, friend. If you know someone that comes to you and they yearn for love and they talk, they don't, you see it. Don't don't not pay attention to it because it's very important, because people in under depression keep it in. They will not tell you if they don't trust you. Once they lose their trust in you, they're not going to come to you, they're not going to confide in you, they're not going to tell you what's going on with them. So when you see a person like that and you pay attention and you paying attention to them and notice that they getting off balance, or notice that emotionally they going through things, especially at the age of 30 for a woman, because women go through menopauses, and it starts at that age. And you must be more compassion when it comes to people, and especially people around us. So yeah, that's my message to bring awareness on today on this video. So if you enjoyed my video, you know what to do. Subscribe, hit the bell, leave comments. We could have open discussions about it. But anyway, I want to say God bless you, and I thank you for coming in.